Hey guys, I'm Lori and welcome to today's class. Today we're going to be working fast to build up some fire pretty quickly. So I hope you're ready. Grab some blocks or anything you're using in place of a block and meet me on the mat. Hey guys, so our first pose is going to be child's pose. So we'll start with the knees pretty wide. Your big toes will touch behind you. Sit back on your heels and then start to lower down to the mat.
Just reach the arms forward. And you can use a block, any prop or even your forearms to rest your forehead on, or allow your forehead to rest onto the mat. And let's just get still for just a couple breaths before we get started. This is going to be a class where we're going to work pretty quickly to build up some heat, work on some balance, and then take it down to the floor or down to the mat for a couple poses or stretches, and then for a nice, well-deserved Shavasana. So we'll give it one more inhale here, and exhale it out. I'm going to inhale, lift up into a tabletop. So just adjust so that the knees are directly underneath your hips and your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. Draw your navel up into the spine so that you create a neutral spine. So if you're sagging too much or too rounded, just a nice neutral spine. Reach the left arm forward and let the bicep be next to your left ear, and then reach the right leg back. Flex your right ankle, engage your core, and just lift the leg to where it's about hip height. You can gaze straight down. Take a couple more breaths. And then we'll reach the right leg out to the right and the left arm out to the left. And try to keep it lifted a little bit high so you just don't want to sink low. And then forward and back. And then lower the hand and lower the knee. Then we'll take it to the other side. Right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. And then reach the left leg back. Flex your left ankle. And just lifting the left leg to where you're about at hip height. And then we'll take the left leg out to the left, right arm out to the right. And then forward and back. And then lower your palm, lower your knee. We're going to walk the legs back and lower onto the belly. And coming into Sphinx pose, forearms will be parallel to one another and the elbows directly underneath your shoulders. So imagine everything from your hips down is just rooted into the mat, and you want to draw your chest forward. And that way, when you draw your chest forward, you're also equally distributing this back bend across the entire spine, and you're not just dropping it all into your lower lumbar. So keep a couple more breaths going here. Shoulder blades are drawing back and down the spine. Chest is drawing forward. We'll give it one more inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Reach the arms forward. And then bend your right leg. Reach back with your right hand and grab your ankle, your calf, your foot, whatever you can. And then on your next inhale, you're lifting the right leg and the left arm. Look forward, pressing the right hand against the right foot so they're actually working against one another. One more inhale and exhale, release. Straighten the right leg, right arm forward. Bend the left leg, reach back with the left arm. With your left palm, grab anything you can onto the left leg. And then inhale, lift everything except for the core. And one more inhale. Exhale, lower down. Bring the palms underneath your shoulders. Lift up in one quick child's pose. So separate the knees. Sit back on the heels and drop the forehead. Couple more breaths. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back into a tabletop. Curl your toes under. Draw back into downward facing dog. Hey, George. So let's keep the stance a little bit shorter than a normal downward facing dog and keep the feet wide, about as wide as your mat. And then I just invite you to move around in your down dog, fidget, move, do what feels good for just a couple breaths. One more inhale. And exhale. And we're going to take the feet to a normal hip distance apart, step them back, maybe keep a bend in the knees, but drawing the heels down towards the mat. And then coming high into the balls of the feet, bending the knees, and slowly just walking your feet towards your hands. Take an inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reach the arms all the way up, gaze between the palms, and exhale, hands at heart center. And then close your eyes, tuck your chin, and just set an intention for your class. Think about what you want to put into the class. Maybe grateful that you're even here, able to practice on your mat, and for this time to be alone with yourself, working on your health. One more inhale. Exhale, drop the arms. And inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up. And exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back, lower the left knee. And inhale, ta-da, you're so happy to be here. Your low lunge, draw the right knee forward. And you can gaze forward or gaze up. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, step the left foot forward next to the right. Take an inhale forward and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower your right knee. And again, ta-da. You're so happy to be here. Left knee forward. And again, you can look up, and you can look straight forward. Just get a nice stretch in the front of that right hip. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee. This time, step the left foot back and draw back into a downward facing dog. And with an inhale, roll forward into a plank. And then for your chaturanga, either stay in your plank or you can lower down to your knees. And then with an inhale, engage the core. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale forward, upward facing dog. And exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. And again, just downward facing dog is a pretty big stretch, so if you need to put some movement in here, at first, put some movement. Feel the nice stretch. And then as you settle into stillness, we'll give it about 2 breaths in stillness. One more inhale. And exhale it out. Inhale high up to the balls of the feet. Look forward, bend the knees, and slowly step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Hands at heart center. Release the arms up by your sides. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms for Utkatasana, chair pose. So bring the weight into the heels, the toes are light, spread the toes. Take one more inhale, And exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward to lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back, set up your plank. Now you can do regular chaturanga or come down to your knees with an inhale, engage your core. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. We'll step the left foot forward. Turn the right heel in. Take an inhale, reach the arms up for warrior one. So we're not going to worry so much about squaring the hips like I've been saying in previous classes. Just let the hips square to the top corner of the mat and let the arms and the chest, really the front of the chest, square to the top of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, we'll open up to warrior two. Now in warrior two, you want to think about getting this front, the bent knee, so that the thigh is somewhere near parallel parallel to the mat. Think about lengthening equal sides in both rib cage. Tailbone is going to draw slightly down, pubis bone slightly up, and you're gazing over your left fingertips. Feel strong through the arms. Slow, steady inhales and exhales through the nose. Reconnect with the breath. One more inhale here. And then with the exhale, right hand down the right leg. Rotate the entire left arm up and then reach it over the left ear. And reach all the way back. So you get a nice stretch along the left rib cage, the left side of the body. You can look back at your right toes. You can look up at your left hand, wherever it feels good for your neck. Back up into warrior two with an inhale. And then left forearm to your left thigh. Rotate the entire right arm up and reach over the right ear. You're pulling this left femur bone into the hip socket. Rotating the chest open. And inhale back into warrior two. Right arm down the right leg, left arm reaches up. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches up. Back into warrior two, one more time, right arm down, left arm reaches up. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches up. Back into warrior two. Windmill the hands down, step the left foot back, set up your plank, take an inhale and exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right fingertips, turn the left heel in, and inhale, reach the arms up for warrior one. So again, we're not worrying about squaring the hips to the top of the mat, as long as your hips are squaring to the top corner of the mat. The shoulders and the front of the chest are squaring to the top of the mat. Then we'll open up to warrior two. So again, you want your front thigh about parallel to the mat. Arms are strong. You're equally lengthening through both sides of the rib cage. Tailbone draws down, pubis bone up. Gazing over your right fingertips. And slow, steady breath in and out the nose. Then the left hand down the left leg. The entire right arm rotates up. Reach over the right ear and all the way back. And then right forearm to your right thigh, left arm rotates and reaches over the left ear. And then back to warrior two. Left arm down the left leg, right arm reaches up and over the right ear. And then right forearm, right thigh, left arm reaches up. And then back into reverse warrior. And then right forearm, right thigh, left arm over the left ear, rotating the chest open, pulling that right thigh bone into the hip socket. Back up into warrior two. Then windmill the hands down, right foot steps back, set up a plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths in your downward facing dog. Drawing the heels back towards the mat. It's just a direction. They don't have to touch or reach the mat. Knees can be bent. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look forward, step the feet to the hands, keeping it looking forward, and exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms for Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back. Stay up high on the ball of the left foot. With an inhale, reach the arms up for your crescent lunge. So now, you might have heard me say before, I don't like a big back bend in this pose because I have some lower back issues, so I put a bend in my back leg. If you don't have lower back issues, you can straighten that left leg. Otherwise, put a nice little bend in it. Arms out to the T, twist over to the right. Right hand grabs outside your left thigh, rotate the left arm up, and reach up. So you want to feel a stretch through that left arm, the armpit, and through the left rib cage. One more inhale. And exhale, windmill. The hands down to the mat, step the left foot forward. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. And exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, arms up for your crescent lunge. Then arms out to the T, twisting over to the left. Left hand outside right thigh, rotate the entire right arm up and reach it up over the right ear. One more inhale, and exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat. Inhale, step the right foot forward, look forward, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale again, look forward, lengthen, exhale, step the feet back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. So we're going to separate the feet just a little bit and shorten the stance a little bit. Bend the right knee, and with the left hand, grab outside your right ankle, and then start to straighten the right leg again, twisting, looking under your right armpit, getting a nice twist. And then other side, release, left hand back down to the mat. Bend your left knee, right hand reaches back, and then again straighten through your left leg. Gazing underneath your left armpit. And then release. And then again, separate the feet, making sure that they're a little bit more than hip distance apart. You're going to rotate to the outer edge of the right foot and the inner edge of the left foot, just to stretch through the left side of the body. And then come back to center. And then outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right foot. Drawing the hips back and over to the left. And then back to center. Bend the knees. Sit on your heels. Take a couple breaths. Just reconnecting with your breath practice. One more inhale. And then coming back up to tabletop, curl the toes under, draw back, downward facing dog. So lift the right leg and step the right foot forward, and then step the left foot just halfway forward. Look forward to lengthen, draw the right hip back so that you're squaring the hips, and then start to fold over your right leg. Now, if you need blocks and you have props or blocks, you can use them here with your hands on your blocks. Otherwise, you're folding over your right leg. You can walk the hands back, letting the fingertips face the back of the room. Give it one more inhale. And exhale, start to walk the hands back forward. Bring them a little bit more forward than your feet or your right foot. Put a little bend in your right knee, and then lift up the left leg until it's hip height, coming into Digasana airplane. So when you're ready, you have your left leg hip height, you're flexing your left ankle, reach the arms out like wings, and let the torso come to parallel to the mat. Couple breaths. One more inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, coming all the way up to standing, left leg forward, right hand outside your left bent thigh. Your thigh shouldn't be bent, but left knee is bent, right hand outside your left thigh, left arm reaches back. For a nice twist. Keep reaching that left shoulder back. And as you're using your right hand against your left thigh for kind of traction for the twist. One more inhale. And then keep the left leg bent. Bring the torso back to square forward. Arms down by your sides. Step the left foot back into your low lunge. Once again, arms up. Ta-da, you're so happy to be here, right? We're gonna do that whole thing backwards. So on your next inhale, coming back up into your twist. And then torso forward. Let the arms come out to the T. Start to send the left leg back as you fold forward for Digasana airplane. Flex your left ankle. Left leg slightly rotates inward. One more inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the mat, and then step the left foot back right where it was for our Parsvottanasana. Inhale, look forward, lengthen, and exhale, fold over a straight right leg. And again, you can walk the hands back, fingertips facing the back of the room. You can use your props. One more inhale. And then slowly walk the hands forward again. Step both feet back into downward facing dog. And if you're feeling really crazy today, you can maybe take a vinyasa. So go into your plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. But of course, you could have just stayed right in your downward facing dog. So we're gonna step the left foot forward, and then the right foot will meet it just a little bit. So step it about halfway forward. And again, you can use your props here if you want your props. Otherwise, fingertips on the mat. Take an inhale, look forward, lengthen. And exhale, fold over your left leg. And if you want to walk the hands back, rotating so that the fingers face the back of the room. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, walk the hands forward, a little bit beyond the left toes. Bend the left knee and start to lift the right leg. Hip height, flexing your right ankle, rotating the right leg slightly inward. And then when you're ready, inhale, lifting the torso so that it's parallel to the mat. Arms come out like wings for Dagasana airplane. And then with your next inhale, come all the way up to standing, right leg forward, right knee is bent, left hand outside your right thigh, right arm back, and twist. So using the momentum or traction of pressing your left hand against your right thigh to reach the right arm back. We all have sides that are different, so clearly you can see my left side is not as good as my right. And one more inhale. And then we're going to bring the torso forward, arms down by the hips, and then step your right foot back with an inhale, arms up. Again, you're so happy to be here. Give a nice stretch. And then doing that whole series in reverse. Inhale into your twist. And setting up for Dagasana airplane. Coming back to center. Right leg reaches back. Arms come out to the T. Flex your right ankle. And then fingertips to the mat, step the right foot back, and again set up for Parsvottanasana, folding over your left leg. Either getting your props again or walking your hands back, fingertips facing the back of the room. Inhale, walk the hands forward, step the feet back, drawing back into downward facing dog or yogi's choice. You can do a vinyasa coming forward into your plank, to chaturanga, to upward facing dog, and then we'll meet in downward facing dog. And then everybody bend your knees, lower your shins, your knees to the mat for tabletop. So get your wrists about underneath your shoulders. They can be a little bit more forward. And we're gonna set up a supported side plank. So we'll start on the left side, stepping the right foot back behind your left foot, open up to the side, reaching the right arm up. So now press into the left hand to press into the right foot to get a nice lift in the hips. And then rotate the right arm forward, reach the right arm forward. And now keeping that pressure in the left hand and the right foot, you can really feel a nice stretch, really along the entire right side of the body. And we'll bring the right arm back up and we're gonna play around a little bit. Have some fun with this because even if you lose your balance, you're not gonna go that far. So right here with the right arm up, pressing into the left shin and the left palm, slowly lift the right leg. And now you can stay here, or we can get a little crazy, bend the right knee, reach the right hand back, and get a nice stretch in the front of the right leg, and really press the right foot into the right palm. You're stretching the front of the right shoulder, the right quad. Feels really good actually. And then release, right foot down, right arm up. And now we're gonna see about lifting the left leg. So press into the right foot, lift the left leg,
maybe straighten, and then bend, and then lower. And we're gonna go to the other side. Coming back down to your tabletop, rolling open to the right side, left foot reaches back behind your right foot, left arm reaches up, rotate the left arm to face forward, and then reach the left arm over the left ear. Press into the right palm and the right shin, and your left foot as you reach the left fingertips forward. And then reach the left arm up. And now we're gonna play on this side. So lift your left leg, and you can stay here or start to bend the left knee, reach back with your left hand, and just start to press the left hand, or I'm sorry, the left foot against the left hand to open up the left shoulder and get a nice stretch through the left quad and the front of the left hip. And then straighten the left leg, left arm up, and then lower the left leg. And we're gonna work on lifting the right leg now. So press into the left foot, right leg lifts, maybe straighten, and then bend, and then lower. You're back in tabletop. Now we're gonna take it to our pigeon pose. So right knee forward, right outside your right wrist, scoop the left leg back. Now keep the right heel directly underneath your groin and see how that feels. Maybe lower down to your forearms, and then think about engaging the legs so that you're drawing the knees towards one another. And then if you have more space in the hips and in your knee, you're gonna work your right shin a little bit more forward to where it's parallel to the top of the mat. But that's only if you have more space. If it's painful at all, don't do it. And then you're just relaxing, maybe coming all the way down for a couple breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, we'll walk the hands back by the shoulders, curl the left toes under, scoot the right leg back into your tabletop. We're gonna go right into the other side. So left knee forward, outside your left wrist, right leg reaches back. And then just see how this feels, keeping the left heel directly underneath the groin. See how that feels. If you have more space, you can start to work your left shin forward. Coming down to the forearms. And seeing about going all the way down. One more inhale. Exhale, walking the hands back. Rolling to the outer edge of your left thigh. Swinging the right leg around, rolling down to our backs. So take the feet wide, about as wide as your mat. Let the legs reach over to the right. And then back up. It's like a couple windshield wipers. Into the left. And then back up and to the right, and back up and to the left, and then back up. One more time to the right, and back up and to the left. And we're going to straighten the legs and set up for Shavasana. So palms face up. Let your breath come back to your normal breathing pattern. And just allow this time, a couple minutes, give yourself at least
geez, if you can give yourself 5 minutes here, it would be fabulous. But just give yourself at least a couple minutes just in Shavasana, allowing the body to slow back down, letting your thoughts just kind of settle and melt right here into your mat for a couple more minutes in quiet, maybe a meditation, maybe a moment of gratitude. But I am going to leave you here, and please take your time in Shavasana. I want to thank you for joining me. Peace, namaste.